Hello everyone, Joy here. So as you probably know, I am a nutritionist. I'm not a dentist and I'm not a dental hygienist. However, I do have my natural oral care essentials that I use to take care of my mouth. But before we get to it, like this video and help us get to 100,000 subscribers. So why go natural when it comes to your oral care? To protect your oral microbiome. Yes, you've got billions of bacteria living in your mouth. You want a healthy, thriving oral microbiome, and everything I'm gonna talk to you about today helps you do that. So when you go natural, you can avoid a long list of chemicals. I'm just gonna share a couple of them with you right now. The first one is a long-standing and very controversial chemical, and that is fluoride. So I haven't had fluoride in my mouth in probably, I'd say, over 2 decades for sure, because fluoride is linked to a lot of problems. One of them is that fluoride can take the place of calcium in bones and teeth. So with a developing mouth and developing bones and teeth in children, to me, that is too much of a risk. There are also over 60 studies that link fluoride to reduced IQ. And fluoride use has also been strongly linked to osteoarthritis. The next chemical has been on the hot seat in Canada for some time, I think maybe the past 5 or 6 years, and that is triclosan. But it is still approved for use in 64 different products in Canada. I don't know what it is in the US, but I'm sure it's similar. It hasn't been banned yet, and it should. Triclosan is toxic. It's toxic to aquatic life. It is a hormone disruptor. It negatively impacts skin cells, immune cells, negatively impacts mitochondrial function. Okay, the next one you've probably heard about is SLS, otherwise known as sodium lauryl sulfate. And that, when you're brushing your teeth and you have all that foaming action, that is thanks to SLS. But it's very manipulative because you don't actually need that foaming action to clean your teeth. It's all in your head. Trust me, I know. I've been using SLS-free toothpaste for the last 15 years. I've had no cavities. My teeth and my mouth are perfectly healthy. This is an industrial cleaner, a compound, a detergent meant to strip stuff away and strips away the mucosal lining in your mouth. It is just too cleansing for your mouth. And remember, you want to keep your oral microbiome and the billions of bacteria that live in your mouth very happy. And you may have heard that SLS can be a common cause of mouth ulcers, canker sores. I used to get those back in the day because it's really stripping the mouth. And when you stop using SLS toothpaste, if you suffer from mouth ulcers, oftentimes you stop getting them at all. Side note, it's also used as an insecticide. So SLS is definitely one to avoid for products that you put in your mouth. So there's a laundry list of other chemicals. I'm just gonna read them. But when you go natural, you avoid things like propylene glycol, artificial colors, artificial flavors, things like artificial sweeteners, parabens, which are preservatives, and DEA, otherwise known as diphenylamine. I don't know how to say that word. Diphenylamine. That's the thing. These kinds of chemicals, if you can't pronounce it, why are you putting that in your body? Okay, so first up, we have some toothbrushes here. You probably would guess that I'm not a fan of plastic. You are right. Every single place that scientists have looked for microplastics on planet Earth, they have found microplastics. From the North Pole to the South Pole, from the seabed to our drinking water, to the food we eat, to the air we breathe, there are plastics everywhere. Because when these things break down, well, not this, because this is bamboo, but when plastic breaks down, it becomes tiny little plastic molecules that affect everything. They are hormone disruptors. They affect aquatic life. So I realize it's not possible to be 100% plastic free. But you can do things like not use a plastic toothbrush that you toss away in the garbage in 3 months. So bamboo is very sustainable, it grows super fast, and you can use one of these to get a new one every 3 months. I also have an electric toothbrush. Now you might be thinking, but Joy, that's plastic. You're right. And this part, yes, you have to replace this probably every 3 months. But this is half the size, maybe even a third the size of a plastic toothbrush. Okay, so let's talk about some clean toothpaste options. I've got lots here, from tooth powder to toothpaste. If you are new to natural oral care, then I would suggest going from your typical Colgate or Crest to a toothpaste toothpaste, a natural toothpaste. Going from that to tooth powder is like a really big transition. So that's why I really like Green Beaver. They're great, they are fluoride free. They are also SLS free as well. This is safe for kids. This is the toothpaste that my daughter Vienna uses and she loves it. I also have this toothpaste, which I love, from Living Libations, and it's frankincense toothpaste. Now, frankincense is fantastic because it's a natural antiseptic, so it helps fight things like cavity and plaque and basically bad bacteria in your mouth, but from a natural perspective. So you just apply like a pea-sized amount to your toothbrush and give a little brush. I love this one. Now, if you're a little more advanced and a little more hippy-dippy, then a tooth powder is the way to go. So I have two that I love, Truth Tooth Powder and Polish by Living Libations. And then Oath also has a tooth powder in Classic Mint. And so the main ingredient in both of these, aside from things like essential oils for a healthy oral biome, is sodium bicarbonate. Now you might be thinking, what? Baking soda is too abrasive. It is such a myth. It's actually a complete misconception. And there's actually a scale that you can look up that measures the abrasiveness of like Crest and Colgate compared to sodium bicarbonate, and guess which is more abrasive? You probably guessed, not baking soda. It is actually much, much lower on the abrasiveness scale than your conventional toothpaste. So let's just smash that myth right there. So all you do is you sprinkle a little on your toothbrush, then you wet your toothbrush, and then you just brush. And one more thing I want to mention about the Living Libations one is that it has MSM in it. And MSM you see in actually quite a few natural oral care products because it's been known to help remineralize your teeth. So that's an added bonus. And next up is dental floss. Now, I actually should have done the floss before I did the toothpaste because technically you should be flossing before you brush your teeth, because when you floss, then you get all the food particles out and whatever debris, and then when you polish, you brush your teeth, you can get into like every nook and cranny. So this is sustainable mulberry silk. There's no plastic. And the large majority, 99.9% of dental floss out there is made of plastic. That's why when you see those pictures and those videos of aquatic life with floss in their intestines, and you see, plastic floss wash up on, coastal shores, yes, it is a huge environmental waste, and so I definitely recommend using a better product like a natural floss. So my teeth are very close together and I need floss that like slips and slides really easily through my teeth and doesn't break. So this one is by Oath, and don't worry, all the products are linked in the description box as well. It is really affordable. I think this is like under 10 bucks maybe. You can get a refill, and the refills, it's totally plastic free. When the refills come, you just pop them into your little steel case and away you go. Now, I don't have my tongue scraper here, but I used to be a big fan of tongue scraping, particularly when I used to wake up in the morning and I had that goopy white film on my tongue. I don't have that anymore, probably because my health and my diet has changed so much over the years, but this is a great tongue scraper here you can use, and you use this first thing in the morning and just lightly scrape your tongue, and you see all the gunk and nastiness and bacteria and yeast and fungi come right off. And finally, as you probably guessed, I do not recommend your typical antiseptic mouthwashes that have alcohol and all of the ingredients in there just totally bomb all of your good bacteria in your mouth. Remember, when you're using something that's antibacterial in your mouth, you're killing the good guys and the bad guys. Think of it almost like an antibiotic. What does it do to your gut? Antibiotics kill the good and the bad. They don't differentiate. And the oral microbiome is really important to the health of your mouth. So that's why I'm a big fan of Living Libations Happy Gumdrops. This is the best, most refreshing way to spruce up your breath and feel fresh. So they have them for kids and they have them for adults, and all you do is you put a drop on your finger and then you rub that on your teeth and gums. It is so refreshing. So in here, there's peppermint and clove, sea buckthorn oil, oregano. So these are natural antibacterials that don't kill everything. And clove is known in traditional medicine to be absolutely wonderful for the health of your mouth, anything from toothaches to healthier bacteria in your mouth. So I'm a big fan of the Happy Gumdrops and the Wild Child drops for kids. So you can either, like I said, put it on your finger, or with what I do with Vienna is I put it on her toothbrush. And you can even just use this and not use a tooth powder or a toothpaste. Sometimes if I'm feeling lazy, I just put a drop of this on my toothbrush, and then that's how I brush my teeth before bed. Now, if you have something serious going on in your mouth, like go to the dentist. You know, don't try and treat things naturally when it comes to the health of your mouth, and also go to the dentist. I go to the dentist every 6 months and have my teeth cleaned. So by the way, I'm not saying that any of this means that you don't go to the dentist, because you should still go do that. But definitely ask your dentist questions like, do I really need the fluoride? Remember, it's up to you as a consumer to decide what goes on your body and in your body. So all of the things will be linked in the description box, so you can find out all of these wonderful brands. They are all, by the way, Canadian companies, local, and they make absolutely fantastic products. Any questions, post below, and I hope you found this really informative.